What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today, I'm doing chest day. It's gonna be another great workout. Today I'm gonna really try to push myself to go higher in weight than I have in the last few weeks, or the last few weeks I should say. But that's actually not what I want to talk about today, guys. I want to talk about finding myself in my 30s, because I feel like there's a lot of men out there just like me who are struggling, who are 30 years old, and they feel like they have no purpose and they just feel lost. Right? Because that's where I'm at. So I'm 32 years old. This has been a crazy year, very crazy year. The most stressful, lowest year of my life. And it has not been easy, right? And I'll get into that on a different video because it's gonna be very in-depth. But my biggest problem is when it comes to finding my purpose is I don't know exactly what my purpose is. I've tried so many different things, but I remember when I was like 18 to like 24, 25, I was a different person, right? And I think back on this time, I'm like, why was I so different? Like, what was the difference? Why was I able to focus? And that's because I had a passion that I was crazy about, which was track and field and being the best version of myself that I could, right? I was a jumper, long trooper jumper. And I started jumping basically my senior year in high school, and I was a runner from 7th to 11th grade. But I switched to jumping, and I was naturally good at it. And because I was so behind the 8 ball, I worked really hard on that. I was practicing after practice, going to the gym, working out on my own time, trying to do all these different things. When I graduated high school, I didn't have any college looks, but I had good marks though. So what did I do? I started contacting colleges around me. I couldn't go to school for a year because I didn't have my green card, right? I'm from Guinea. I didn't have my green card, so that means I would have to pay international tuition if I would have went to a state school. And so I had a year. I went to Delaware County Community College, and I spent a year there. Now, in this year time, what did I do? Because I was so confident that I would get a spot on a Division II track, because that was my goal, Division II. I was very confident about that. So for that year, on my own, I would practice just as if I was an athlete in school. That means I was practicing 4 to 5 times a week. I'm going to the gym, I'm lifting weights, and this is also in winter, guys. Now I'm doing hill sprints in the middle of winter. Imagine that. Imagine how much dedication that took. I was practicing, watching videos every day, just working hard. I was obsessed with it. There was no way in my mind I would or could fail. Impossible. And you know what? I actually did end up making it on the track team. I went to Shippensburg University because I had been practicing so much and so confident, and because I had put the extra work in when I was in high school as a jumper. I definitely had marks for a Division II athlete. So I contacted the coach. I was like, hey, these are my marks. This is what I've been doing for the last year. I would love to be on the team. Tell me, what do you think? I say that to him. He said, okay, I'll think about it. So some time goes. Now it's June. I actually end up going to Russia in June. And then while I'm in Russia, I called the coach. And he always likes to tell this story, how I called him with this strange number. He picked up, he's like, who this? I'm like, hey, it's me, Abubakar. And I sent you an email. He talks about that story so much. But I called him and he's like, yeah, you got a spot. And guess what, guys? I went to Shippensburg the following year, and automatically I became one of the best jumpers in the state of Pennsylvania for the Division II level. That's how hardworking I was. So now, fast forward to now, unfortunately, I couldn't keep doing track because I had a devastating injury that ended my career. So I had to stop. But ever since I stopped, I've been lost. I've been trying to find that same guy who works so hard, who's so dedicated to something. I tried YouTube, I tried blogging, I tried sports training, but I just can't maintain it. The passion is not there. Or, I would put the work in, but I won't see the results. I'm spending 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and I'm getting absolutely nowhere. Take YouTube, for example. I've been at this for a long time. I have yet to become monetized yet, and I've been doing that for 7 years. I still haven't been monetized, and that's on me, right? But that's because I give up too quickly when I don't see the results. When I was doing track, when I was that young guy, the thing that I have going for me was if I worked really hard, I can see the results in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I was getting the positive feedback loop, and I had passion for it. But with YouTube, I saw with passion, then I can't maintain it or anything else. And don't even get me started on jobs. When I look for a job, I get the job. Within a few months, I totally hate it. Totally hate it. And it's something that I'm really trying to figure out. And I know a lot of us are going through that. And now the question becomes, how do we figure that out? That's the real question. I've been thinking maybe rather than making achievement the goal, make the work the actual goal. Give yourself the challenge of, for example, let's say YouTube, rather than getting the metrics or getting the views, getting the retention or whatever, focus on instead creating the video. Make creating the video my actual goal and creating the video better than I did the last time around. And so that's what I'm gonna try, right? Because I do think about YouTube. Even when I'm not doing YouTube, I do think about YouTube from time to time. I like to be creative. I wanna make things, nice things, especially like videos. So I'm gonna give that a try. That's what I'm gonna do. And the thing about life is, if you're struggling, right? If you're a young man struggling in your 30s, you don't know what you do. Even if you're making money, but if you don't feel that purpose, that passion, you're gonna feel lost. Because I was making good money, but I have not been able to sustain any job for a year because I just hate it. So I think what we need to do is try a lot of different things. Try a lot of different things and think about it different. Rather than making the achievement the goal, make the actual work process the goal. Make doing it the goal. That's where maybe true satisfaction can come from. I don't know. I'm just as lost as you are if you're watching this probably. So I'm just trying to figure it out. This channel is an opportunity for me to figure out. This channel is a way for me to be accountable to myself and other people. So if I make this video and you come here next week or a week, 2 weeks after that, and I stop making the videos, that means I have already failed the goal of actually just making the video. And I think I can make one video a week and be consistent about it. And I've been editing for a long time. I know how to edit videos. I know how to do all these different things. I know how to use a camera. I have like 3 different cameras. I have very good microphones. So I have no reason, in all honesty, to not be able to do this. And I'm not working right now. I have a lot of free time, The only thing I'm doing is Uber. And mind you, I have a master's degree. Yeah. I'm doing Uber for master's degree. That's where we are. It's not because I can't find a job. It's because I guess I prefer doing Uber, which I also hate, than being in a corporate office where somebody's telling me what to do. That's one thing I do hate more than anything, is being told what to do. But let me get to this workout today. I am gonna hit like maybe 250. Hold on, you guys can watch me do this set right here. This is gonna be 210 or 205. Alright, man, that's it for the video, guys. Tell me what you think about my set just now. Tell me what you think. Tell me the purpose you're trying to find in your life. This workout is just getting started. Let's go.